I want to just finish up with economics really quick. Trump has famously lowered taxes and now driven, the stock market to all-time highs, pursuing similar policies as Reagan in that sense. And first of all, does that surprise you that that has happened and that was that outcome?
Well, I have. I'm delighted that Trump lowered corporate tax rates. Our tax system is still Leviathan. It's still incredibly complex. It still costs, I can't remember, billions and billions of dollars for compliance. It loses revenues left and right, even with Trump's reforms. I'm glad that Trump did reform corporate taxes. We had some of the highest in the world, and that was causing companies to leave the United States or not establish themselves here. So
should we abolish taxes, corporate taxes and personal income taxes?
We certainly could abolish corporate taxes and have flat rate personal tax rates. I think it would be fine, and we'd get a lot more revenues, and the government would have more resources to waste or possibly to invest in valuable ways.
Right. We used to not have a personal income tax.
But the idea,
right?
But the stock market is another. You realize that the U.S. stock market is only half as big as it was 20 years ago. There's only half as many public companies, and that the number of IPOs has collapsed some 90%. That is initial public offerings. There are now a lot of big unicorn initial public offerings that people imagine mean that this is a great era for IPOs, but that's a deception. Small companies can't go public anymore, and it's really a tragedy. So there are serious issues still in the United States, and I think Trump has been a great president in many ways, but I don't agree with his trade policy. I don't agree with his China policy. I think there are a number of problems, and I think the constant vaunting the stock market as much of the money that supports these record prices comes from the companies themselves. It's sometimes 80% of the net new investment in many of these companies comes from the companies themselves.
Stock buybacks.
Yeah,
right.
Stock buybacks.
Right. And so it's not the best barometer of how everyone's doing.
It really isn't. And money, and there's a scandal of money. Money doesn't mean anything if it can be just printed by governments. That's why I believe that it's crucial to understand that money is essentially time. What remains scarce when everything else grows abundant? It's time. And money is what translates this ubiquitous economic scarcity that governs all our lives into the economy in a fungible way. So you can use this symbolic embodiment of time, which is money, to purchase goods and services and offer the signals, information signals of that govern economic growth and learning.